Formula One's new era could surely not have asked for a more compelling curtain raiser than the drama, triumph, and disaster of the season opener in Bahrain. While Charles Leclerc led a Ferrari 1-2 with teammate Carlos Sainz, the prancing horse once more at a mighty gallop, their Red Bull rivals were left reeling from the brutal body blow of a double failure for both their cars. Max Verstappen and Sergio Pérez both retired at the very death, allowing Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes to capitalize with an unlikely place on the podium. After failed back-to-back title bids in 2017 and 2018, Ferrari scored 6 poles and won 3 races on the bounce in the second half of 2019 before its power unit and straight-line speed advantage was reined in by an FIA regulation clampdown and secret settlement ahead of the 2020 season. F1's most famous team went on to endure its worst season in 40 years, as it slipped to 6th in the World Constructors' Championship and failed to win a race that year. Ferrari then enjoyed something of a resurgence in 2021 as it clawed back a large chunk of its engine deficit and returned to the top 3. Charles Leclerc's convincing victory at the start of one of F1's biggest ever rule changes, including a complete overhaul of the technical regulations, underlined that Ferrari finally looks to have a strong enough chassis and engine package to fight at the very front of the grid. The 24-year-old Leclerc ultimately won with a dominant drive from pole at the Bahrain International Circuit, but only after a dramatic fight with Verstappen that had looked to be going to the wire, only for both Red Bulls to suffer what the team called a fuel system problem that put them out. Their late retirements allowed Hamilton and George Russell to grab an against-the-odds 3rd and 4th place for Mercedes, who had been firmly 5th and 6th through the race on pace. Kevin Magnussen was an impressive 5th for Haas on his first race back in F1. Leclerc took the flag after a consummate display, marked by his calm command at the front and his staunch refusal to be cowed when Verstappen came at him. Passed twice in 2 laps, Leclerc fought back both times to regain the lead and then hold it for a deserved victory. Ferrari, who in effect wrote off the 2021 season in putting all their resources into developing this year's car, have reaped the benefits. Their engine has made a clear step forward, amply demonstrated by the improvements in other Ferrari-powered teams, Haas and Alfa Romeo. The last 2 years have been incredibly difficult for the team, said Leclerc. Now, starting in the best way possible. Pole position, victory, fastest lap, 1-2 with Carlos, we couldn't have hoped for any better. His teammate Sainz perhaps best summed up how the feeling will be at their base in Maranello on Sunday evening. Ferrari are properly back with a 1-2, where the team should be, he said. At the microphones, Lewis Hamilton, before commenting on his 3rd place, wanted to congratulate Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz for having brought back and made Ferrari place the 1-2. Big congratulations to Ferrari. I'm really happy to see them do well again. They are a historic team and it's great to see them back, to see Carlos and Charles back on the podium. Congratulations to them. The English driver is aware that the bottom step is due to the retirements of the 2 Red Bulls. It was a difficult race for us. We suffered all weekend. This is really the best result we could have got. It's unfortunate for the other 2 drivers, but we did everything we could, and we are grateful for these points. Hamilton trusts Mercedes since they have always given him a winning car in recent years, but he is convinced that he will have to limit the damage this early in the season if he wants to fight for the World Championship. I know the guys are working hard in the factory. The turnaround won't be easy or quick, but we know our team. We've been the best for so long. We know we have to keep our heads down and keep working. It's going to be a long road. Red Bull has never before experienced the issue which caused both cars to retire from Formula One's Bahrain Grand Prix, according to team boss Christian Horner. A late reliability failure forced reigning world champion Max Verstappen to retire shortly after he lost 2nd place to Carlos Sainz, before teammate Sergio Pérez also suffered a suspected engine issue at the first corner of the final lap. Red Bull team principal Horner said his team had not yet diagnosed the exact cause of the failures, but suspects the problem originated in the fuel system. It is thought the same issue affected both RB18 cars. I can't remember the last time that happened to us, but obviously it's your worst nightmare, Horner said. It looks suspiciously like the failures are related to each other, he added. It looks like potentially an issue within the fuel system, so it's very disappointing to lose 30 points. Asked if Ferrari is ready to fight for the World Championship, team principal Mattia Binotto replied, "I think the others are very, very strong. They proved to be very strong in qualifying. It was really a matter of details. I think today they could have been stronger, but maybe there are some reliability issues that are not perfect on their car from what we understand from the radio communications. But they would have been very fast otherwise." If you look at the stint of Max on used tires, he was keeping up with the pace of Charles. We should not forget that they are the world champions. They are still the favorites. What we can try to do is to do our best, and I think we need to wait at least 4 or 5 races before we know the full potential. That's it for today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave this video a like if you liked the content. Who do you think will be the world champion this year? Make sure to let us know in the comment section down below.